Good evening, everybody, or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I was just saying today, it's been really hot in the UK. Not me personally, just the weather. And I will say it's going to get even hotter. We're looking at 36 degrees where I live, I think, on Sunday and possibly Monday as well. So not temperatures we're used to, and certainly not what most people are comfortable with. I'm very blessed because I've actually got air conditioning, so I don't mind being indoors in this. And that's probably where I shall stay when it's extremely hot. I think that's probably the smartest thing to do. So since last week, obviously Wimbledon's finished now, and we didn't get through to the final, but hey ho, he did very well, and of course Djokovic won. So that closes Wimbledon for another year. So before I came on air, I asked Spirit, and I said, what would you like me to talk about this evening? And before I take a call, it's funny that they came up with my tarot card for the week is the moon. And so the moon is a really interesting card because it's that things aren't as clear it's like things look different in the nighttime as what they do in the daytime. So things are a little bit unclear at the moment. And I think that's a message for pretty much everybody out there. Certainly governments don't quite know whether they're coming or going. I've certainly seen from my clients this week, bless them, 2 of them went to the wrong address in the last week, and it's like I've moved a year ago. But anyway, so people are all a little bit all over the place. And on a personal level, if you are going through a difficult time and you're not quite sure, things will become clearer. But one other thing I also say with the moon as a card is that you just wait. It's 30 days. It's a moon cycle. Wait until this moon cycle has passed, and then things will become a little bit clearer. And very interesting, I looked up where the moon cycle was, and tomorrow it is a full moon. The 13th of July is a full moon. And it's commonly known, evidently, as the buck moon, because it's to do with the antlers start to appear on the buck's head at this time of year. But again, you could very easily time your 30 days or that moon cycle because it is a full moon tomorrow. So tomorrow evening, so tomorrow night. So it does mean that you will be able to see things a lot clearer. Don't ever worry that things aren't clear at this particular time, because the moon is also about deception, about things going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of yet. Just give it time. Unfortunately, we just go through those periods. But I think it's about everything. I certainly know that our government's in upside down. We don't have a prime minister. We have a prime minister that's just standing at the moment, which is Boris. But I think it's just generally everybody seems to be unsure with the fuel prices, inflation, everything generally. And then there's the personal things that people are going through with. And it does seem a very uncertain time for a lot of people. So keep the faith. Within 30 days, things will become clearer. So I think I have a caller, somebody called Riley, and I think it was Boston. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Hello, Riley. I can hardly hear you, love. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you?
I was hoping to maybe get in contact with someone or see if anyone had messages for me.
Okay.
Or some guidance.
Would it be so? Okay. Is your mum in spirit?
No, she's not.
Okay. Well, somebody wants to talk about your mum. So I'm very much linked about your mum. So I don't know if she's going through a difficult time at the moment, Riley, but certainly. Is your dad in spirit?
No.
Okay. Who is it you want to bring through? Because I don't know what's going on with your mum, but somebody wants to talk about your mum, because all I keep getting is mum, mum, mum. So there's obviously something going on with your mother at the moment. Yeah. So do you want to tell me who you'd like me to bring through? Give me a first and surname, and I'll try and bring them through. But whoever it is definitely wants to speak about your mum.
I was hoping for my grandfather, who is actually my mother's dad. His name is Al Ferrulo.
Alfred, okay. So that was why he'd want to talk about your mum. Can I ask you, I feel very dizzy with your mum. I don't know if she's unwell or just going through some very challenging times, but your grandfather is quite worried about her. Am I making any sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Because he's around her a lot. But I almost feel out of balance with her, for want of a better way of putting it. I feel very dizzy when I link into your mum's energy. But he tells me also he's been worried about her for quite a while. And I think there are some decisions to be made about your mother. Do you understand what I'm saying, Riley?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if this is the guidance you wanted, but I can tell you, he was like, I need to tell you this about mum. So I don't feel she lives that local to you. Am I correct?
What did you say?
I don't feel she lives directly local to you. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Because I felt like you'd have to go on a journey, excuse me, to maybe sort this issue out. Okay?
Mhm.
Not okay?
Yes.
Excuse me. Sorry. Let me just take a drink of water.
Okay.
Sorry, I kind of caught my breath there. Okay. Yeah. So what they were saying was that she needs sorting out once and for all. So I feel like things have been going round in a circle for a while. I know it gives you a lot of headaches, Riley, and your granddad does have sympathy with you, because he also tells me that you've had many issues of your own as well.
Yeah.
So I feel that you're caught between the devil and the deep blue sea almost, which means that I want to help mum out, but actually you've got a lot of restrictions around you, Riley. I'd like to understand as if there's something, it's like a magnet, there's something pulling you back from being able to move on from where you are. And your granddad says you're going to have to work really hard to get moved on.
That makes a lot of sense.
There is a massive like negative energy. It's like a circle of energy around you that almost makes you rigid, like I can't move. So
Mhm.
look, I think there's a relationship issue. Are you still with this person?
Who specifically?
Well, I'm assuming it's your partner. I really don't know. I
Oh
just
well,
felt like
actually,
there's a,
that's yeah. Yesterday, something happened where it ended. Yeah, so it does resonate a lot.
good. Now, that's the first step. But what I'm going to say to you is, I feel that they really need to go away. Like, they have to bugger off, really.
I needed that was like perfect. That's the sign I was looking for. Exactly the sign I was looking for.
Perfect. Well, not perfect, but it is perfect in a way because it's been like they've been holding you back. I kind of feel quite narcissistic about this person. But I feel that they've got two different personalities about them in quite a big way, that they can come across at one moment very nice, and the next minute they're quite controlling. And I feel that everything that comes out of their mouth is really about them, but they make it seem as if
Yes.
it's about you.
Oh
Yeah?
my gosh. Yes, that is crazy. That is insane. You're so right.
Okay. So this is a definite endorsement from Spirit that you really don't need narcissistic behavior in your life, first and foremost. But I do feel that you need to kind of like, I want to say ground yourself. Do you do any grounding techniques? I've talked about a few on my shows, but do you know what I mean by grounding? Do some meditation, do some connection to the earth. Because I have to say, what worries your grandfather is that this man may very well come in and then try and pull you back again. And he has a massive, I want to say, force over you.
Would it be a negative force or a positive?
Yeah, no, there's nothing positive about this guy at all. So I want to say a negative force. So what I mean is, though, he will try different tactics. So you need to understand, Riley, when you're dealing with somebody narcissistic, they can be very nice and, oh, I'm sorry, and da 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 da. And then they can then, once they've got you back again, it's like they'll pounce on you again, but in a negative way.
Wow, I have goosebumps everywhere. That's crazy.
Right. So what I was saying about grounding yourself, this is a time for you to protect yourself. I talked about protection a little bit last week. Protect yourself, ground yourself to ensure that you don't allow this negative energy to come back into your force field of energy, because he does literally, it's like he has a massive claws into you, and that's it, you're stuck. So for that, you may need to do obviously some techniques like that. Go for some healing, maybe Reiki. I don't know what you like to do, but also I'd look at working on your confidence and self-esteem to give you that energy to make sure you don't go back to him.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. What you have to understand is, Riley, you can do this. You have the backing of your granddad and everybody else in spirit, and everybody, actually on both sides of the family in spirit. So I'm going to say to you, keep the faith. We've talked about the moon, about things becoming clearer. Don't make any changes in the next 30 days other than to heal yourself, because things will become clearer to you after the 30 days. That's how I started my show. There is this 30-day things going on. It is a full moon tomorrow. So you can time this 30 days. If you can sort of like just look after yourself during this time, I feel at the end of it, you're going to be just so much better.
Thank you so much. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. And you got everything spot on.
Okay, you're very welcome. All the best anyway, Riley. Look after you. And I'll leave your granddad's love with you, okay? Thank you. You're welcome. I'm really sorry, Dave. I can't remember the name of the next person that I'm supposed to be speaking to. Sorry. Stephanie. Okay, fine. Thank you. Hello, Stephanie. How are you? Sorry, I do apologise. It flashed up on the screen. I was busy. I kind of go in a different zone when I'm reading. I'm in my own little zone there. So how can I help you, my love?
Hi, how are you?
And you're from
I'm from New Jersey.
Sorry, you're from New. Yeah. Hi, lovely. How can I help you, my love?
I was just wondering if you have any messages, possibly from my mom, for me.
Okay. Can I ask you, did your mum pass a while ago?
No. We're coming up on her anniversary.
Well, for her, it seems a while ago. She also circles her chest area. What did she pass with?
Lung cancer.
Okay, that's fine. That's why she would circle. Sorry, she's fine. Let me just say to you, but she tells me the last 2 to 3 years for her were very hard.
Okay.
So I think your mum had been ill longer than you probably knew.
Yeah, because it seemed to us that it happened very quick.
Yeah. But I don't think it had happened anywhere near as quick. She tells me that she'd been struggling, breathing for on and off for about 2 or 3 years. But I felt like your mum went, yeah, I'll sort it out. Yeah, I'll sort it out. Yeah, I'll go and do something about it. And then I felt we got to a stage where she had no choice. So something will have happened where she just absolutely had no choice. But your mum wanted to remain strong. She was very worried about, I want to say, letting the family know, telling the family how unwell she felt. Am I making any sense to you, Stephanie?
Yes, very much so.
But she said she hadn't actually been right for the last 2 or 3 years. All right. But she's absolutely fine. And your mum held on as long as she could for you. Now, the interesting thing is, she says for you, and I mean, she means for the family. So your mum was holding on for everybody else rather than sorting herself out. And I think that was your mum. I think she was a very selfless lady, that it was always about everybody else.
Yes, very much so.
So she was like that to the last. But one thing your mother does have is a great sense of humour.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she does.
And she does. And she said, I play little tricks on you. So I don't know if she turns the volume up on something or she switches the lights on something. But this is like, yeah, I might be gone, but I'm not going to be forgotten. Here I go. Here I go. So she's sort of floating around your room or in your car or wherever, and she's switching things up. And she loves it because she can actually make people laugh or make people go, oh, wow, what was that? pay attention. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
So she's
Yep.
gone, but there's no chance of your mum going away. Not a hope ever that she will go away. Now, I do have a personal message for you because she said you really need to go and get yourself sorted out, girl.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been
And
having
your
some
mum
health
is
issues
saying,
too.
good, because I do think it's on all levels. So I feel physically, emotionally, and everything else. Now, there's another message: is you're not going to have what she had.
Okay.
So I don't think she's talking necessarily specifically about lung cancer. She may be, but I think she's using the C word, generally speaking, the cancer word. I feel that's what she's trying to say. You don't worry, you haven't got what I've got, what I had. You're not going to have what I had. So if you have been worried about maybe, it's in your genes or something like that, or you have the gene, she said, don't worry about it. You're not going to have that. But she's been beside you a lot. But there's also a man. So there's like, if you're in the middle, Stephanie, you're on one side and there's a man on the other side. So is that her dad or your dad?
That's past
Past.
or that's here?
No, past.
That's past. Her father is passed, and
Right. Well,
I mean, her uncles that have passed. She's got a few up there with her.
Well, here's where I am. I have your mother, and I have a father or father figure on the right hand side. So what I'm saying to you is, if you're sitting at the screen now, I've got somebody on my left, your mum on your left, and I've got a man on your right. So you are well protected at the moment from spirit. But they said that you've been kind of half sorting yourself out. So I don't know if you haven't told the doctors everything, or you're only getting part of it sorted, but you've still got other issues going on. But what they're saying is now is the time to get it sorted out once and for all. Your mum's a very strong lady.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And you it's almost like you have to do it for mum. I know you're doing it for yourself, but you have to do it for me because your mum said, I didn't go through all I went through for you to neglect yourself.
Okay.
All right, Steph. This is set out of love, by the way. She's not having a go at you in any shape or form, Stephanie.
I know.
I really don't want, this is a mum that has massive wide arms. She loves you, to the moon and back. But she has been concerned lately. I also feel you've gone a little bit in yourself, Stephanie. So I don't know if you have been like withdrawing from the world or you just haven't been maybe going to the classes you usually go to or something. But she said you just don't seem yourself at all, girl.
That's very true. It changed a lot after she passed last year.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Well,
I'm trying really hard, but
okay. If you think of me as a mum, your mum is holding your hand. So, and this father figure, who I'm not sure. I've got a feeling it's your grandfather. To be honest, I think it's her dad. Is holding your other hand, saying, "Come on, Stephanie, we can do this." So little by little, again, over the coming weeks and months, you will start to get stronger. And again, at the start of my show, I talked about the moon cycle. With the strength of your mum coming through, I have to say, I feel at the end of the 30 days that you may be able to see things a little bit clearer and feel a little bit stronger and feel more like yourself, knowing your mum is very settled in spirit. Because I think she's having, I don't want to say a ball in the way that obviously she misses her family, but she is really enjoying the laughter that she gets in spirit. So I think you come from a family with a great sense of humour as well. I think your granddad's a bit of a card in a nice way, not in a bad way. And I think that your mum is very contented now because she said, and this isn't just about her illness. I think your mum worked very hard at this side of life because she said to me, I'm having a well-earned rest.
yeah, very much so.
And you have to, yeah. So what she's saying to me is that, I'm there and I'm rested and I'm, and And this is your time now to go out and have fun. Can I ask you, are you with somebody? Have you met anybody?
Uh, uh, like, as far as dating, I've been married for years now.
Okay, because she brings somebody to you. So what I feel is that you have been pushing this person away.
I've just been kind of in my own shell for a bit, but not trying to push them away.
That's exactly it. Because what she also says is they could do with a cuddle too. I know this sounds a hug too. So I feel that they've felt that they're losing you, but they don't know how to, or they want to help you, but don't know how to do it. You know, a nice date night or a date in, whatever you want to do, would really do you the power of good. And your mum just said, you need to laugh. You need to laugh.
Right. Well, we've been going through fertility stuff for a while now too, so I think that's also very hard.
I understand that. I've had friends that have gone through fertility, so obviously she's trying. But I feel like you just need to relax. Okay. Can I ask you about the news on your baby? Are you going through fertility again in March, or is March relevant in some shape or form?
We stopped fertility in March when she got sick, and then she passed last July. And we've tried a little bit since then, but not as much.
Okay, here's where I am with you. I'm going to say October. I feel the strength will be around you to maybe start again. Okay, your mum definitely wants you to go with this, and I won't. She has a baby there, and she's telling me the sex, but I'm not going to tell you the sex because that's all about lovely things for you. But I am going to say to you, there is a baby sitting there to give to you. But I'm going to say October for me is really relevant. So I don't know how it works with fertility, whether you can start or go back in October. Don't know. But I am going to say October is a really great time to but in your mum's words, to get on with it.
Okay. We did get pregnant and we lost a baby, and he's up there with her.
Okay.
We got pregnant in November. Yeah.
Okay. But this is something new. So I don't know if that would be nearly a year. It would be, wouldn't it? October. But she's going. Now is the right time to start getting on with it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not a fertility expert, clearly, and nor is your mum. But what she's telling me from spiritual is that it's time now. I feel like your body's adjusted, you know, and I feel that you two really, because the trouble with fertility, I think on a personal level, it just takes so much energy, and everything becomes about getting pregnant and all those things, rather than we've still got together and we've still got to do other things. You know, we're still a couple, and we should be going having some fun. So I kind of feel that's what she's trying to say is like, somehow we've got to do both. We've got to get on with it, but maybe that might take another month or so before you feel like doing that. That's great. But go and have some hugs, go and have some fun. Enjoy the time you've got now, because it's very precious. Because actually, once you've got a child, you can't get that back again. Trust me, ever.
Right.
Yeah? Just when they've just left and you think you've got time, you have grandchildren. Yes, sorry, what are you going to say?
I have one more question. Before she passed at the end, she wasn't coherent. Could she hear us and know we were there?
Yeah, but can I ask you, was you the last person to speak?
Yeah, we were all there when she passed. It was me, my dad, my brother, and my husband.
But there was a lady's voice that she heard last. Who spoke last?
It could have been me.
Yeah, because I felt like there was a lady's voice that I heard last. She said yes, but she didn't feel like she could even open her eyes, love. Your mum had absolutely no strength at all. But she said, I didn't miss a trick when I was lying there, but I had no strength to open my mouth or open my eyes to be able to talk.
Yeah, they had her medicated. She couldn't, even if she wanted to.
Yeah. So, but she just didn't have, it's like that would be understanding why her eyes are so heavy. You get what I'm saying to you? But I don't think she missed a trick at all. But I have to say, she thanks you for all the love. There was love. That's all I felt was spoken about a lot. Love, love, love. And she thanks you for all the love. But I also felt like that she was being given permission to go.
Could be.
Somebody would have said it's okay to go now.
I said that to her many times.
Fine. I feel that was one of the important words. That's why she was talking about your voice. So I really get that. But she said, your mum's funny, you see. Not that she wasn't going to go anyway. She said, but it was nice to have that approval.
Right.
All right. Are you okay, Stephanie? If I really feel like I've upset you and that's not, yeah?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. It's, again, her anniversary of her passing is the 24th of this month, so it's just been hard.
No, I understand. Can I ask you, do you have her wedding ring?
I don't have her wedding ring. I have some other jewelry of hers, but my dad still has her wedding ring.
Okay. When anything happens to your dad, I feel that wedding ring needs to go to you.
Yeah, it will.
Okay, that's perfect, because that's what Mum wants, is what she's saying. The wedding ring must go to you.
Okay.
I think your dad knows that anyway. He's a good soul, your dad.
I'm sorry,
He's a really good dad. Your dad is a good soul.
Yeah. He's been having a hard time since he lost her too. He has a lot of regret.
Yeah, I know, but she said, tell him not to be upset. Tell him he did his best, is what she keeps saying. He did his best. But your mum was like the glue in that family. She kept you all together.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
But Stephanie, you're quite like her. And when you have your family of your own, your mum will come through very strongly in the way that you bring your children up and the way that you are with them, because she said, you're very much like me, much more than you know.
Yeah.
And you're going to make a great mum.
I hope so. And I know she's around. I ask her to send me signs all the time, and she does. She sends me the numbers I ask her to. She leaves me my little tokens that I ask her for. She's very connected.
She's
I know
all the time. Yeah. Well, I'm going to leave her love with you now, because I've got to close in a few moments. But know that your mum's there. Do move on. And I have to say, you've got to get on with it. There you go. There's your message from your mum.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. You're very welcome.
All right.
Stephanie.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Right.
And you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So that comes to the end of another show. If you want to visit my website, lesleycarverpsychicmedium.com, or through Facebook, Lesley Carver Psychic Medium. If you have any questions, or if you to see all the other things I do, or if you want an email reading or whatever, it's all there. But it's been lovely speaking to you again, and I should be back at 7:30 UK time. You can work out the times where you are, wherever it is. And I'll see you next week. I have no idea what the date is, but I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye for now.